While we were wearily walking, we weren't working, were we? Aye, it's tongue twister time. So, I've created a tongue twister. Yep, a tongue twister using the letter W. You see, I've discovered recently that quite a few of my students have difficulty with W, especially some of my Ukrainian students. So, I've created a tongue twister using the letter. It's quite a difficult one, I think. But even if you advanced students don't find it difficult, you will, I think, get some benefit out of the actual words in the tongue twister, because some of them are a little bit difficult. They're quite short, but not necessarily very common. Now, you don't need to write anything down while watching this video, because I'm going to give you a free PDF which you can download from my website. At the end of the video, there's a special code which you enter to get the PDF for free. Right, let's make a start. What I'm going to do first is to show you the tongue twister so you can try it without my saying it. Okay, I'll do that twice. I'll show you the full version first, and then I'll split it into two halves. After that, I'll say it for you. First, I'll say it fairly slow, and then I'll show it faster. And then afterwards, I'll go through and show you the words which I think some of you may find a bit difficult, and I'll give you an explanation about them and how and when we might use them. Okay, are you ready? Let's go. A tongue twister with W. Try saying it by yourself first. Now it's split into two parts. You have more time. Second part. Now I'm going to say it for you. I'll do it slowly at first. A wayward withering winter wind wreaks waste where we wander. Was Wednesday when woefully one wondered why we willy ware whimsically vowed that wearing warm winter woolies, while one walked warily westward to war, would weigh heavy with water and weaken resolve. Now we wend our weary way, away awash. We're wading waist high, wind whipping wrinkled weathered souls, weighed down, if not with water, with worry, with fear. Now I'll say it faster. A wayward withering winter wind wreaks waste where we wander. Was Wednesday when woefully one wondered why we willy ware whimsically vowed that wearing warm winter woolies, while one walked warily westward to war, would weigh heavy with water and weaken resolve. Now we wend our weary way, away awash. We're wading waist high, wind whipping wrinkled weathered souls, weighed down, if not with water, with worry, with fear. So, how are you doing? If you're finding it difficult, don't worry. You can rewind and try again. Let's move on and look at the vocabulary. We'll look at the meanings of several of the words. And do remember that you can ask any questions in comments if you don't quite understand or if you'd like further examples. Okay, first one. Wayward. Difficult to control or predict. In the tongue twister, we're talking about the wayward wind, but often this is used about a person. He was very wayward. Withering is overwhelming or destroying, devastating. It's often used about the weather, about hot weather. The heat is withering. It can also be used in this way. She gave him a withering look. The look was devastating. Reeks, causing something to happen in a violent and often uncontrolled way. A collocation is wreaks havoc. He wreaks havoc wherever he goes. In the tongue twister, I used wreaks waste simply because it was a tongue twister, 2 W's. A better collocation is wreaks havoc, wreaks devastation. And to go with waste, a better collocation would be lays waste. The storm laid waste to the countryside. Wander. To wander is to walk or move in a leisurely or aimless way. You don't go in a hurry. You are taking your time. You may wander around the shops or wander through the countryside. Woefully. In a sad or miserable way. Woe is sadness or misery. To wonder is to desire to know something, to feel curious. I wonder if you can say the tongue twister. I wonder what to have for dinner this evening. Whimsically. Having sudden ideas or turns of the mind. If you're whimsical, you're capricious. You can change your mind suddenly for no apparent reason. Vow as a verb is to make a determined decision or promise to do something. As a noun, it's the promise, it's a certain promise that you will take action, you will do something. One. I thought I'd mention this here, that one, as used in the tongue twister, is not a number. It means a person, any person. Like, one is constantly surprised how students find English quite difficult. Well, one is surprised when one hears it being used in this way these days. Our late Queen was sometimes fond of using it. One never knows what one is likely to hear when they listen to students speaking English. Warily means cautiously or carefully. You walk along an icy path warily in case you slip. You may be wary about speaking to someone if you're nervous about how they'll react to the news that you're about to tell them. Resolve as a noun is a firm decision on a course of action. It's often used as a verb, to decide firmly on a course of action. I resolve that I will lose weight in the new year. To wade is to walk through water which rises high up the legs, even to your waist and chest. If it rises any higher, you'll be drowning. To wend is to move slowly and not directly. You don't often hear it used, except in this expression. It's a fixed expression, collocation. I'll be wending my way home. I'll wend my weary way home. And here we have weary. It means extremely tired. Whipping means beating with a whip to cause hurt. In the tongue twister, the effect of the wind is described as whipping. Whipping is being used as an adjective to describe the effect, the feel of the wind. Wrinkled is to have small lines or creases in the skin, as in old age or from worry. Clothing can also be wrinkled if it's not been folded nicely and perhaps it needs ironing. Weathered is an adjective. It means rough, tanned, as if you've spent a lot of time outdoors in rough conditions. You'll often find farmers with brown or reddish faces because they've spent a lot of time outdoors. And the wind can also weather your face. Spend a lot of time sailing and your face can become wind weathered. So now you understand the meaning of all the words, let's have a final look at the tongue twister. I'll say it and this time you can say it with me. Okay, ready? A wayward withering winter wind wreaks waste where we wander. 'Was Wednesday when woefully one wondered why we really were, whimsically vowed that wearing warm winter woolies while one walked warily westward to war would weigh heavy with water and weaken resolve. Now we wend our weary way, away awash. We're wading waist-high, wind-whipping, wrinkled, weathered souls, weighed down, if not with water, with worry, with fear. So, there we are. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it and found it useful. Please like, if you have liked it, and leave any comments you may have, and do ask questions if you don't understand any of the pronunciation or the vocabulary. Now remember, you can get a free PDF with the tongue twister and the vocabulary from my website. You go where the yellow arrow is pointing and you order it and enter the code TWISTER so that you don't have to pay anything. Okay? I'll put the link to the website page beneath the video on YouTube, and as I've just said, you enter the code TWISTER. Okay, hope you've enjoyed it. See you again soon. For personalised Zoom lessons, you can visit me at englishwithsteveuk.com. Ukrainians, you can find me at englishforukrainians.com. Be great to see you there. Bye for now.